Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in Penallta Park. This used to be all part of the coal mine, all the area I think where they dumped all the waste and stuff. And here we've got a metal egg and the molds that they used to make them, the stone molds. A solid metal, that is. You can see there's like a hole with some thread in it, which they must have used to lift it into place. So there's two of the bits of the mold. There's another bit that's broken in half. Another one on this side. Why they made this such a weird shape, I don't know, but a lot of people call this the Penallta Arse for obvious reasons. So I'm going to take a bit of a walk through the park. There is a 200-meter artwork called Sultan in the shape of a horse, which was created between 1996 and 1999. It took 3 years, by Mike Petts to commemorate pit ponies, and it consists of 60,000 tons of coal shale waste, which is basically, this area was all the shale waste, etc., as I understand it. Sultan was one of the last pit ponies and was still alive at the time that the monument was made. There's also some Penallta bouldering stones. We'll see if we can find those, and an observatory. So I'm going to take a walk around, show you a bit of the park. It is quite extensive. This was part of the Penallta colliery back in the day, and I'm hoping to have a look at that a bit later on. May do a separate video to the one about the park, depending how long the video ends up as. But everywhere you walk here, there's like traces of coal on the ground, and quite a bit of mud by the looks of it. I've never actually walked through this part of the park, up this way. So let's go and check if we can find this Sultan, the pit pony. You can see it on Google Maps. Looks like quite a muddy area. Well, you know, you can imagine all the trees and dinosaurs and that went into making the coal. Quite something. This is the pit pony here, I think. All this lot. A lot of people come here to walk their dogs, or just to walk themselves. Yeah, you can walk along the top of this structure, if you want to call it a structure, or artwork, or whatever. No idea what all these small holes in the ground are here. Maybe it's a type of one of those types of games that you put stones in the holes. I'm not sure. There's more of them there and there. But yeah, lots of mud here. That's one thing I have noticed walking through here now. It is now sort of really late autumn, start of winter, and for once the sun has come out in Wales, which is fantastic after we've had about a month of overcast weather, which has kept the temperatures fairly high, like in the above 10 degrees, I would say. Now with this clear weather, we're probably going to get a bit of frost at night. Not sure what that bit is up there, but I'm pretty sure this is the pit pony that I'm walking on now. Yep, that's part of it there. It's all covered in grass. Let's have a look at it. I guess if you wanted to camp up here, this would make a perfect framework. You would just have to put your canvas over the top. But yep, this is the pit pony. It's easier to see the structure properly on Google Maps. It's weird that there's all those holes in the ground all over the place. Yeah, you can see them more clearly from up here. You can access this park from the Nelson side as well. Nelson is there. The main road going from Ystrad to Nelson, there's a turn off. You can get to this park from the other side. And as you can imagine, it must have been quite an extensive operation, because basically it was, the underground part of it was like 2 miles from north to south and 3 miles from west to east. That gives you an idea of the scale of the operation. I'll go into more detail about that when I'm covering the actual colliery. But here are all these sort of rib bits that you can see on Google Maps. I'm assuming those rocks there are the bouldering stones. Not sure what the significance of those is. They look like they've been quite rounded off by the weather, to be honest. But yes, apart from the mud, it's not a bad park to walk through. At least up here the mud is not as bad. I think we're getting to the tail end of the pony. It is about 200 meters from one end of this pony structure to the other, or sculpture, whatever you want to call it. I think this is the tail here. So yeah, that's about 200 meters from head to tail, basically. The only reason I knew of the existence of this was because I've seen it on Google Maps. And then I was just wondering what the story was behind it.
What you're saying about that movement between hi there.
Hi. Right, here we're coming to the bouldering rocks. Let's see what that's all about. There are some signs there, all fenced off so you can't actually get near them. Guess it also stops people from messing around with them too much. Oh, there's a gate there, you can get in. We'll go and check it out now. Right, here we go. Bouldering Rocks Code of Conduct. This is a sports area designed for bouldering and traversing and is not a children's playground. Alright, okay, so these are specifically built for climbing. I see. That's what the story behind it is. guess the fence is to keep the animals out, the dogs and so on. So yeah, you can come here to practice your climbing skills. The question is, are these rocks for real? They don't look real to me. They do feel quite rough, but they're not really that solid, I don't think. Not sure exactly what they are made out of, but they look like they're kind of moulded. They've got all like wood chippings and stuff on the ground here, so that if you fall you don't injure yourself too much. So yeah, if you fancy a bit of rock climbing or rock climbing practice, this is maybe the place for you. I don't know why they have such large gaps in between these, but yeah, they do have a bit of a hollow sound to them. Anyone home? No, there's no doors or anything in them either, so I don't think anyone lives inside the stones. They are quite rough, so you get a good grip on them, I guess. But yeah, you could rip your skin open on them too. Right, I'm going to try and see if I can find the observatory place. That's a bit further up the road. These are for the less experienced, the smaller boulders. Lever the gate open. So that was the bouldering spot. The bouldering rocks of Penallta, or Parc Penallta, Penallta Park. Yeah, I think I've got it right. Finally, someone maybe. Oh no, they were walking their dog. I thought maybe they were going to try and test out their golf clubs there. Let's go and check out what's this way. There should be an observatory where people go and look at the stars. I'm guessing because it's like away from any light pollution and that type of thing. That's why it is down this way amongst the trees, etc. See if we can find it now. But yeah, if you come down here, prepare to get mud on your shoes. Despite the fact that we haven't had any rain for ages, probably for a few weeks now at least, it's still quite muddy. We'll check out what's up these steps, see what we can observe from the observatory. Oh, hopefully I wasn't blocking off the microphone too much. Just realised I was holding the camera on the actual mic. So, don't know how much of the sound came through on there. There's the view of the pit pony from the tail end of it. Otherwise I'll have to put undertitles or something on the video. Let's have a look what's up here. Right, there's the view of the pit pony and the park. The bouldering rocks are just beyond these trees here. Short, stocky, strong. The underground equine workforce. A life entwined with the black coalface. Small enough to move in the low narrow corridors, strong enough to pull carts of coal, hardy enough to cope with harsh conditions and long hours. Pit ponies were the perfect companions for miners in their deep, dark underground world. The perpetually dark, hot, noisy environment with loud dynamite explosions was far from the green fields on the surface. So in 8 hours, 30 tons of coal, walking 25 miles. It's quite a distance. The colliery closed for a 2-week holiday each year when the ponies could come up for a rest. The other 351 days a year were spent underground. 351 days? Surely if they had a 2-week holiday, it would be less than that. Yeah, well, it sounds about right. Believed to be the last horses being brought up from Penallta in 1964. 1940s underground stables, probably Penallta. Right, Sultan's stats. That's this actual particular horse that they've done this commemorative artwork of. 200 meters long, 15 meters high. Oh, this is the actual artwork itself. 60,000 tons of coal, shale, soil and stone. Our pit pony, named after a prize-winning horse that worked in the Penallta mine, has been galloping free across the landscape since 1999, the same year that the last pit pony in the UK retired. Penallta's last pony was brought up in 1964. Designed by Welsh artist Mick Petts, Sultan was created as part of the land reclamation to re-green the scarred mining landscape and commemorate the lives of the underground equine workforce. Have you been down and explored the trails that cross him, or sat in his ear and imagined the sounds he would have heard in the darkness underground? Oh right, that's what that sort of cage bit is on top, is the ear. Oh, okay, I get it now. So yeah, that's that part of the park. I'm gonna cut the video for now and see if I can find the observatorium next. So here we have a bit of information about the park. Basically there's the pit pony. We sort of walked from the car park across like that and then down to where the boulders were. Observatory is there. So, and then I can walk sort of back on the trails back there. There's various trails you can follow here. That one about panoramic views from the observatory and other sculptures in the park. So yeah, there's a bit more information here about what's in the sort of area and that. Sentinel sites. I think that's where they have like different stones that they've planted all over the place or something. So yep, that is a bit more information about Parc Penallta. Right, I found the observatory after a lot of wandering around, taking the wrong turn, walking down the hill. Should have known it's up the top of the hill. So pretty much retraced my steps up to where the previous part of the video ended, and I have finally made it to what is known as the observatory. I'm not sure what the story is about this, who built it or anything. I guess Google would tell you those details. It looks like, I don't know what, some sort of satellite dish, triple, quadruple, how many is there? 5 stacked on top of each other. Or breiskotels, for those of you that know what that is. Or an anti-paratrooper spike. Very shiny looking metal. Galvanized, no doubt, apart from these bits at the bottom, which depict houses and trees and stuff. Bit of artwork cut into the metal. I did see an osprey just down there hovering. That was a good sight. as well as well, I'm just going to cut the video at this point because there's some guy on a motorbike here. Yeah, these are the bits of shrapnel I was talking about as a matter of interest. Something in Welsh written on there, I can't make out. I don't speak Welsh. Also found some stones with writing on them. What does it say? Pollution over quite a short time is threatening our environment. It is our duty to look after the world and make sure it remains healthy. Right, these are supposed to be like scrolls or scripts. Oh, there's a rabbit was hiding under that one. I don't know if you caught that on the camera. Started to form 300 million years ago. Dead trees and other vegetation covered with silt from swollen rivers started a long and slow process. I guess that's the story about how coal was formed. Some of it's been overgrown. Oh, that explains all these bits of metal I see near the on the way into the park. They've got all sorts of information on them. I did see other stones with stories from miners, and one was a child that was like aged 13 or something, who had started working in the mine, or above ground because they were too small to work in the mine. So there's information on stones and things all over the place. Yeah, there's trails going around that you can follow, and just a bit of extra information about the park basically. Right, the two motorbikes, people on scramblers have gone through. At least they didn't rev them too much. So yeah, as I was saying, all sorts of artwork carved into these bits of metal on the structure, and these are like benches you can sit on, I guess. And I can see why they call it the observatory. You've got a good view. Hengoed down there, Bargoed in the distance, if my GPS in my head is correct, and Ystrad, I think. So you can imagine the coal minings were quite extensive. They went as far as where Ystrad College is, and all the way underneath the entire village basically. If the information is correct that I found on the internet. So we've got 6 of these spider legs here going up to the top. I don't know whether you can observe the stars from here or what the idea of this is. There's nothing to give you an indication of what it is. So yeah, that's a bit of Penallta Park and the views in mid-November 2024. Good views from up here. Just take a bit of a look from this side. They have cut like a ridge all the way around this as well. So I'm guessing you could actually use this to tell the time, possibly, according to where the shadow of that point lands. Hence why they've done a full circle around this, like some kind of embankment, I guess you could call it. And there is a road down below. I'm guessing that is the entrance road to the park. There are also some bits of metal near the entrance to the park. No, I think that's the entrance down there. This is a side road, which you normally can't access, I think. But yeah, some huge pieces of metal there. I'm guessing there could be shrapnel of some sort. I don't know what the idea of those is. But yeah, I can imagine standing here at night and looking up at the stars. If we ever get a clear bit of weather, that's the thing. Most of the time in the UK it's overcast. You do not get to see much of the stars. So that is the observatory in Parc Penallta, and that was a bit of a tour of the park, and I'll be heading out and hopefully get a bit of video of the colliery, the old colliery, Penallta colliery. So until the next one, hope that you all stay safe and well, and if the sun is shining where you are, enjoy it.